This is a video request that a subscriber wanted me to do, so I'm going to go ahead and put this video in front of a few other ones and get through with this video request. So in this video topic today, we're going to talk about the signs of borderline personality disorder, which I've done on this channel before, but we're going to cover it again, and I'm going to give you guys some more signs and insights. And it's been a little while since I've done another video on this topic, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. The number one thing you want to watch out for when it comes to borderline personality disorder and people with this, because it's very contagious, and I mean contagious as in, if you have a person that has this in your life close to you, it's going to affect you deeply. And trust and believe when I say this, because there's nothing like it whenever you have that person in your life that you love more than anything in the world. And it just comes a point in time where they let you go. They not only let you go, but they push you away to the point where you're gone for weeks, months, a year, a little more than that. It depends. But they always come back. That's the messed up thing. And they can even have thoughts of coming back in between the time that they left you, because their mind is just this fluctuating thing that just, they have these delusional thoughts that you will leave them, and they have this fear of abandonment, so they do it to you first. And they just can't cope. Like, you could be the best thing in the world to them, which I don't understand how a person could be that way if somebody is showing no signs of red flags or leaving you. They still, like, you could be A1 perfect, and they will still leave you. And that's the harsh reality of people with BPD. And it's one of the most brutal things you'll ever go through, being on the other end of this situation, being the person that you are being like ghosted and left. It's very shitty. It sucks. So that's what these people do. That's a sign that somebody has BPD, even if they don't admit it. At the time when things went down in my life, I didn't know what this person had or that they had anything. I didn't know. I knew what happened was very messed up, and it was wrong, and it didn't feel right. It felt off, because I felt deserving to be there. I felt like 100% deserving to be there. And it's just like, I was gone. It's just how it happened. Like, you just get pushed away like it's nothing. And it's very confusing. It's very hurtful. It makes you start to question a whole bunch of stuff about yourself. It's just like, how could this have happened? I don't understand. And the more you try to understand, the more it doesn't make sense. So don't try to understand it. The only thing you should understand is that you were dealing with somebody with a personality disorder. So you have to let go of the situation itself, and you probably shouldn't deal with that person like ever again, for your own sake. And it's gonna hurt them. That's the bad thing. It's just a bunch of hurt. Like, they're going to be hurting you, you're going to hurt them back. If you don't want them back, it's just a big mess. And it sucks, because you don't want to hurt them either. But one way or the other, one of these things have to happen. And you have to make the right decision for yourself to get yourself out of that situation, or this person gets some serious help, because they can overcome it, but they have to really want to, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It just all depends on the person. So that's like the number one sign of BPD, is like that these people have a serious fear of abandonment. And I've been through so much in my life and was close with a lot of people, and then it fell through at the very times where I did not want it to fall through, and it made me trust less for sure. But there's never a time where, like, I went through the worst of the worst, and I still don't have necessarily a fear of abandonment. The only thing that gets me is whenever I'm in another situation with another person and it's just not going good. Now I start to doubt it, obviously, because anybody would. If everything's going good, though, I'm not sitting there having fears of abandonment or thinking things are not going to work out, because you have to show me why things are not going to work out in order for me to think that things are not going to work out. I'm just going to not think that just because. But these people do, because they have a personality disorder, and I hope that makes sense. Because I remember what I was like with these people, and I was damn near flawless, like literally showing them and proving to them, like, I'm a good guy, like I'm not, I care about you so much, like I would never do that, like I would literally die if I even like hurt you even a little bit. Like I was just like trying to explain things like that to them, because it's like they need that reassurance, but nothing was ever enough, and at the end of the day they're going to do what they're going to do because they have this dysfunction within themselves. And it's a serious thing, that's for sure. There's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can say. You can reassure them all you want, they're going to do what they're going to do. And that's when you have to look in the mirror at yourself and say, I have to do the right thing for myself now, because I can't keep doing this. It's too much. It's too much pain. I can't keep living like this. I have to move on and do something else. And in my situation, in a lot of situations I was in my past, in my life, it was very unfortunate. I hate that it happened, but at the same time, I like the experience. I like being able to learn from my experiences, grow stronger from it, and teach other people as well. It's tough topics to talk about, but it's good, because I like that anyways. I don't like easy, I like challenges. All these topics are challenges. It might not look like it. I might make things look easy, but it's definitely not easy. I make other things look easy as well. I made getting in the best shape a human being could possibly get into, I made it look easy, because I did it every single day and I didn't complain, and I just kept a straight face or a smile on my face. And I did it, and it's like people are asking me, like, how did you do that? It's just, I put my mind to stuff and I just do it. It doesn't matter how I feel, I'm going to get the job done. And that's just my mentality. But yeah. Something else this person wanted me to mention is to touch up on bipolar disorder as well. And I'm not too educated on it. I know about it. I know people have anger issues with this. I know people go from like being normal to just like a completely different person in a flick of a finger. And I think I've had a few friends in the past as well that might have had this. But I don't know too much about it. I can't really say a whole lot, because I don't really have a whole lot of info on it. I just know that, like, if you have people close like that to you in your life, you have to be prepared, like, to deal with those mood swings, to deal with those frequent bursts of energies that's going to come. And then all of a sudden they're just like calm, all of a sudden, like when they were just like furious. They went from calm to furious, back to calm. And it's things like that, and I can't really say too much else because I don't know too much else, but that's the basics on like somebody that has bipolar. That's for sure. Somebody that is bipolar, I mean. I've seen some of the actions, but I just don't know. I'm not too experienced with it. That's all I'm going to say. But back to BPD. If there's anything else I want to touch up on this topic, I'll just give you guys a little bit of advice on it. Like, if you have somebody today that has this and they're in your life, are you willing to make the sacrifices to be with them? Is something you have to ask yourself. And if you ask me, I think you should probably walk away from these people and recommend them to get help, because I shit you not, it's going to end bad for you. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can argue against me here. And if you go ahead and you do it, you're just going to see for yourself. It's nothing fun to deal with. It sucks. So if you don't want to take my advice on that, if you want to continue on with these people and not walk away yourself and recommend them to get help, which is the only thing you can do, go on ahead and see what happens, because it will happen and your time will come with these people. You could even be with them for a year or two or something like this, and things can still happen. They have these weird thoughts, guys. Things just happen with them, and it's weird. It's unfortunate. I dealt with it for so long, and it sucks. You invest a lot. You invest a lot into yourself. You start to like this person a lot, because it's not like they're like that all the time. It's just things happen, like in their head. I can't even explain it, because it's a personality disorder. There's not much you can explain. We know like why they do some of the things they do, but there's just no, like, I don't know. You can't really explain why it happens. It just does, because of the disorder. So I personally would not date anybody that currently has BPD because of these reasons. I suggest staying away for your own sake, because it can affect you so bad to the point where your life will never be the same for years or 5 years or plus. Like, traumatic experiences really affect people's lives, and traumatic experiences, there's not just like a couple of them out there. There's so many things that a person could go through that is traumatic, that could never make them be the same, like, ever again. And I know people who went through different things, let alone dealing with like a narcissist or dealing with somebody that has BPD or something like that. There's little like other things too. You could get in an accident and it could damage you so bad, or you could see something in that accident that could just traumatize you, and you can replay these things in your head on a day-to-day basis, and you just can't get over it for like years. Like, that's just an example. Like, things can happen like that, and it's all the same thing. Whenever you go through a very traumatic experience with somebody that has BPD, and you know what you saw, you know exactly what happened, and it hit you like a ton of bricks, it's a very traumatic experience for yourself. And it could affect your life for years, because you just can't like get over it. It's not like you don't want to get over it. You obviously do. But it's just going to sting you over and over and over, because it was so hurtful. And these things are very hurtful, which is why you can't stick around. And the more you stick around, the more it's going to get hurtful. The more it will be hurtful. And if it's not, it's going to be hurtful. You know what I'm saying? So, God bless these people, though. We can't just sit here and say it's their fault for whatever, however it happened. Who knows? We hope and wish them a good recovery. We hope they can recover, because nobody wants to live life like that. Nobody wants to do that to other people. They don't even want to do this to other people. It's not like they're sitting around twiddling their fingers. Yeah, I'm gonna get this person. No, it just happens. So, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna get on with the next video. I explained basically everything I need to explain in this video. I'm sure there's a couple other things I just can't really think right now off the top of my head. So I'll end it there, and I'll get to the next video. I will be back.